Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Jadish Joe here once again, and today we have multiple sources of natural and unnatural light. You be the judge and see which one is which. Anyway, been a busy week. It's wonderful, absolutely wonderful to have income again. Can't tell you how nice it is, because then I can afford all my wonderful toys. I like this new headset. And some new games as well. Not yet, though. Still got a few adult things to do before I can drop, the 30, 40, 50, 60 bucks for some of these games. But it's imperative that I find a new game because the Division has lost its shine, kind of got tarnished in its end game, capacity. Yeah, there's the free update coming on the 12th, but hopefully it's not a bunch of the same thing, but chances are it's going to be a bunch of the same thing. But I digress. Today is not talking about the Division. Today is talking about some of the cool games that you can download for free on the PlayStation Network. Not exactly games, but demos, especially if you're an RPG fan, because I've been looking for an RPG. Love RPGs. Division, kind of an RPG, which is a shame. That it kind of getting boring in its later content, just because I see a huge market for a modern RPG, with like guns and stuff like that, but unfortunately they just haven't been able to figure out how to do it correctly. I have some ideas on that, but that's another video. Today we're going to actually take a look at some free demos you can actually download on PlayStation 4. I found this wonderful game called The Witch and the Hundred Knight. Kind of a cool JRPG type video. Kind of Atlas. It's very like Atlas made it, even though they didn't. And I love the Atlas game, so we're going to take some look at that. Also, too, my phone's going off. I've been spotted. I apologize. Trankum. Done. Over with. There's Z's over there in the corner. Also, too, Final Fantasy 15 Platinum demo came out. Really excited about that. Played that. I'm torn on it. I really am. But we'll get to that in a minute. So let's get to some gameplay video. Alright, now The Witch and the Thousand Knight is a cute little, I'm calling it a JRPG, because I really don't know how to describe it. It's very imaginative, very beautiful. Really a lot of RPG elements in this game. Matter of fact, the demo that you download, I would have to say half of it is the introductory, explain everything, level. Kind of frustrating. After you play through once, you never want to play that introductory level again or that training level again. But it's really important that they put that in there because there's actually a lot of stuff that this game can do. A lot of stuff this game requires you to keep track of. But we'll get to that once we get into the level. But really, the visuals of this game are amazing. The story itself is amazing. It really kind of throws all of the generic, standard, story elements at you and blow them up completely. I kind of like just the way it plays differently. It's really a lot of fun to see a game that makes fun of itself and the genre that it is. A lot of story elements here. As you can see, the witch's house, you can go into different rooms, including her bedroom, and invade her privacy like a little pervert knight would. But yeah, really, really glad that I downloaded and played this game. But anyway, we're in a field now. Trees are a little bit annoying in my case, but still it makes it seem like you're actually in a forest. Combat's really cool. You can equip, I believe, 7 different weapons to effectively make different combos. Like you can go sword, hammer, staff, spear to make different combos, and each enemy is weak towards, either slashing or piercing or, blunt. So pretty much there's always that rock, paper, scissors thing going on there. If you notice in the top left-hand corner, there's a lot going on up there. That big 99.2 is actually your gigacals. Gigacals are pretty much like calories. As you do stuff, you actually burn through them, and if you get down to 0, you actually pass out. And passing out or dying in this game is bad because you don't get to collect anything until you go back to the witch's hut. For instance, if I pick up a longsword and I die in the level, I don't get to keep it when I revive because I lost it. So pretty much every time you get something good, you have to go back to the witch's hut to actually claim it and have it for you to use. Now that I could see that really kind of breaking up the gameplay, having to go back to the witch's hut every time you acquire something good, but at the same time it adds that little bit of drama to where, oh my god, I got 10 soul cows left, I just picked up this huge weapon, I gotta make it back to the teleportation tree thing in Mawap. Combat's pretty simple at this point. You really don't get into many of the higher things that they have in the game. They do have a lot of stuff in the game that they don't let you play with in the demo, which is what makes it a demo. It's pretty much just an introductory. But if you go through and you read all the notes and stuff that they give you, or let you read in this game, there's so many more RPG elements that they haven't touched on letting you play this little demo, which is why I'm kind of excited to go and try to purchase this game and check it out. Because as I said, it's really entertaining. It's a hack and slash JRPG, but it's one of those things that I could see, playing for a couple months or playing, to completion and stuff like that. So it also has a few other things that really kind of surprised me that we're going to talk about here. It pretty much has a Dota type thing. You go to one of these pillars and you can actually distribute your grade points, which pretty much not only levels you up in the level you're on, but like if you level up and you go back to the witch's hut, all this disappears, but you have your regular level, and then this pretty much boosts you in case if you're having a hard time beating the level. So I found that pretty cool, and I actually been going back, and it takes like 20-30 minutes for me to get all those things leveled up. But as I said, when you go back to the witch's hut, you actually complete the stage, so you get XP to go for your overall power. You actually get grade bonus points that you actually unlock different stuff that you get. So it's pretty much simplistic when it comes to that. But the game is really, really good looking, and the game really functions well and has a great mechanic to it. And as I said, later on, you unlock a whole bunch of new RPG elements that I'm really interested in checking out. So I hope you am too. On to the next. Alright, so the next one we're going to take a look at is the Final Fantasy 15 Platinum demo. I'm really actually kind of super excited about this because it's an actual demo. A lot of the things we've been getting nowadays are like sections of game that you can play, or early access or betas and stuff like that. But this actually seems to be an actual demo. This actually seems to be designed to show off exactly what you can expect in the game. Whether or not we find this in the game when it comes out, it's hard to say. But Square Enix is usually really good about actually building demos that do not appear in the game. But anyway, as I said earlier, I was a little torn about this game. The gamer in me goes, oh my god, this is amazing, this is fantastic. Yet the old crotchety great gamer in me goes that this is not Final Fantasy. When I sit here and when I played it the first time, it actually reminded me a bunch of Kingdom Hearts. Back in the day, playing the original Kingdom Hearts, if you told me that all Final Fantasies of the future would play like Kingdom Hearts, I probably would have been disappointed. As I've always said, I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy VII, and I'm a big fan of all the original turn-based Final Fantasies. But to see it playing like Kingdom Hearts, I'm torn on it. I mean, I enjoy playing it, and I like the hacky-slashy, mentality of it. But at the same time, I'm also very much rooted in the turn-based, select attack, select magic to do the different things. And I'm torn. I can't really tell you. I like playing Kingdom Hearts because Kingdom Hearts was not a Final Fantasy. Even though it had Final Fantasy characters in it, it was still a new intellectual property or IP that I could get behind because it wasn't Final Fantasy. It wasn't ruining my turn base, so I could enjoy it. Now, I don't want to really let that mentality ruin this game because, as I said, I did have fun playing the demo. Mostly because the demo really is amazing. It's showing you exactly what to, expect in the game. Like right here, I'm playing with a time enhancer plate, and it actually shows you that there will be, day and night cycle in the original game when it comes out. Whether or not you're actually affected by plates, I highly doubt it, but it does show you that there are, day and night cycles in the game. Now, I'm not going to show you the entire demo. I'm just going to show you the first part of it because I really think, especially since it's free, if you're interested in it, you should go and play it and see for yourself. But the game looks actually absolutely beautiful, even if it's not, 100% rendered at this point or not even completed at this point. The demo, I shouldn't say the game, I should say the demo looks really amazing at this point. No idea what the little shiny crystals do. I think they unlock plates and stuff like that when it comes down to it, but don't know what they do. And there's no actual way to save the demo, I believe, so you just collect them to unlock different things. But yeah, and then here's the weather change cycle, go from sunny to cloudy to rainy. Really, some games look kind of horrible when it goes from cloudy to rainy to sunny, but really, I mean, from the raindrop effects in these little ponds here, really the game looks good whether it's cloudy, rainy, or sunny. So I was really surprised with that. But back to my whole line of thought is that it plays very much like a Kingdom Hearts game, especially when you see we get into combat here. I mean, to the point where it even moves, well, combat even kind of flows and moves like Kingdom Hearts. And I'm not upset about it, but at the same time, I'm disappointed that it's not the turn-based, even though I have to admit that over the last few years Final Fantasy's trying to maintain that turn-based gameplay, but yet still make it seem like it's active and it's new and it's cool, has really been dragging it down. So it is a smart move for them to just sit there and get rid of it altogether and say, okay, we're more of an active, hacky slashy type combat system now. Though it takes some use to me getting. It takes some use for me to get used to. It would also, make me cut my roots a little bit from the turn-based RPGs, but it's something I can get behind. I mean, and the greatest thing about this demo at this point is it actually feels like a Final Fantasy. It actually feels like a world that you haven't seen yet. I mean, yeah, you're in his dream, but still, it shows you things that you haven't seen before, which is really important, at least for me in Final Fantasy games. And more importantly, parts of this demo actually made me blubber. My wife was here and she witnessed me actually tearing up. Just at this little exploit, it was the weirdest thing, and that's really what I look for with Final Fantasy games is emotional response. And this demo did it for me. This demo really, really got me that emotional response that I was looking for. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm hooked on this Final Fantasy game just for that reason, because very few games nowadays give me an emotional response like this one did. So yeah, as I said, the Witch and the 100 Night demo is out there. This one's out there. They're both free, so check them out. It's really, really cool RPGs. And then, you got Dark Souls coming out on the 12th. So it's going to be a really busy month. This doesn't come out till like the 9th, but definitely the demos are both worth checking out, especially since they're free. Why not download some free stuff? But anyway, I'm Jadish Joe. Thank you so much for watching. Video was a little longer than I wanted, but like, subscribe, you know the drill. But more importantly, have fun and be safe. Thank you so much for watching.